Hi, everyone. Hey, good morning. It's Paul DiGrigoli. How's everybody doing out there? And first of all, I want to apologize for not being able to get back to you last week. I was on the road traveling, and the next couple of months are going to be tough months because I'm on the road every single weekend doing a presentation somewhere in the country. But in any event, back in my office, and we're ready to rock and roll here. This particular segment is going to be very, very interesting. It's the key information to be amazing teacher and employer. That's really kind of the key. So I'm going to give you some key components on each one of them, and you can digest it, and you can go back and you can watch this again and again and again. But it's really important. So let me try to give you the definition of what a teacher, an excellent teacher is, and what an excellent employer is all about. Great teaching an employer is defined as that which leads to improved student progress or employee progress. And I think that's really the name of the game. Each and every time I do an evaluation or a performance appraisal, I really try to focus on improvement. How does each one of us get better and better and better each and every day? And it just can't be something that just we don't know what we're doing, or we're foggy, or not focused, or not determined. But it's an important factor when you do your evaluations and your performance appraisals. So to be an excellent teacher, to be an excellent employer, and being a great leader, it's constant and continuous focus, and constantly, I call it CANI, C-A-N-I, constant and never-ending improvement each and every day. Teachers matter. So don't employers matter. It's how well you perceive yourself as you continue to go forward. I must say that in every department, everybody's their own leader. And I think that's something that you really got to focus on. What makes a great teacher? So I want to give you some key components of what it takes to be a great teacher. Number one, strong evidence of impact on the student outcome. So it has to be a strong impact. That has a lot to do with your delivery, how well you're paying attention. You're just not focused on yourself. You're focused on the student, which really is the most important thing. And, I say this within my own school, is that you've got to make an impact on every single student. You're not going to always hit a home run, but you're going to try your best. Every individual is different. And when you're in a setting, in a classroom setting, it's strong evidence of the impact that you make on these students. You got to be jolly. You got to be happy. You got to be able to communicate with excellence. And the most important thing is you need to be prepared. There's no question about that. Number two, the quality of the instruction. The quality of the instruction. That's number two. So how well do you deliver the information? I always say this, and I think it's very important. Keep things simple. Don't make things more complicated than what they are. Every single student learns differently, and you got to make sure you deliver in an exceptional way so they understand what you're projecting. And I think that's kind of important. Number three, classroom management. You have certain rules, you have certain priorities that you expect in the classroom. Maybe it's no drinks, maybe they're out of dress code, maybe they don't have a pen or a pencil or a notebook, maybe they're not prepared. But, I always look at this, and you can say this to each and every one of your students. Every single student makes an investment. When you go to college, you make an investment. Your parents make an investment. Whoever you're living with makes an investment on you because it comes down to your education. The more knowledge that you have, the more you can give. You can't give somebody something that you don't have. So it's extremely important to focus on how well your delivery is. Number three, focus. Keep it clear, always improving the student's outcome. Every day, every student, and I say this even to my own students, and I say this to a lot of the Paul Mitchell students as well, is that when you put that key in the ignition and you drive away, what did you learn for the day? When you go to work, what did you learn for the day? When you do something every single day, you got to constantly and continuously learn something. Number 5, attention is on the learning rather than on the person or the comparison to others. And I must say, don't compare yourself to anyone else. That should be the message that you should project to your students. Everybody learns differently. Everybody has different creativity. Everybody has a different artistic ability. So we cannot compare ourselves to other people. We could be slower. We could be faster. The most important thing is that you finish. That's the most important thing. 5 top qualities and characteristics of a great employer. Number 1, patience and approachable. So you got to have patience, and you got to have the approachability. You got to have both of those to be a successful entrepreneur or an employer and a leader when it comes to anybody in your department. Number 2, you got to be enthusiastic. You got to have energy. You got to have passion. It's got to vibrate. It's got to radiate amongst other people. And I think really, really that's the key to really understanding. Okay? Number 4. Okay? Number 3 is a strong communication skill. You've got to be able to communicate well. So be careful of your words. Understand your words. Your words are, 7%. Your voice, your tonality, your breathing pattern, the way you walk, the way you talk is 38%. 55% is your physiology, and that's just a fancy way of the way you move your body. So you got to have all 3 of them, and how well you communicate is the key. I mean, that's one of the things that we emphasize within our organization is how well does each department communicate with one another. There's no secrets. We've got to be able to communicate. We've got to be able to understand. Number 4, strong knowledge and a solid education. Keep learning, learning, learning. Learning is never out for the pro. Never. I'm a student every day of my life. I try to learn as much as I can every single day from each individual. Even our younger people that work for us, they're brilliant, and I learn from them as well. Number 5, discipline and professionalism. You got to be very professional, and you got to be constantly disciplined if you want to raise the bar and go to the next level. All right? So that's it. That makes up the key components of what it takes to be an excellent teacher and an excellent, excellent, excellent employer or leader. Have a great week. I appreciate each and every one of you listening, and I will see you next week, and we'll go from there. Okay, have a great day. Have a great week. Bye-bye now.